system that would see passenger pods move through a vacuum in steel tubes, addressing the two key factors that slow down conventional vehicles: friction and air resistance. Without either, the pods can reach incredible speeds. They'd move in a similar way to how maglev trains do now, using powerful magnetic levitation and electric propulsions. Musk left his concept open sourced, actively encouraging others to build upon his ideas. By late 2014, Aalborg, a German-born entrepreneur, seized on it, assembling 300 engineers to form Hyperloop Transportation Technologies. Soon, other companies followed suit. Richard Branson threw his hat in the ring, took over Hyperloop One and created Virgin Hyperloop. There was also Transport, Zalaros, Hart, and the list went on. Now, Virgin Hyperloop is the company that's arguably made the most headway. It's shaped regulatory frameworks with governments, commissioned certification centres, built real test tracks, and has actually put people into pods. In 2020, Virgin Hyperloop made a massive breakthrough with the first ever passenger test, taking place in the middle of the Nevada desert, hurtling two people 107 miles an hour down a 500-metre long tube. That's why it was so surprising that at the start of 2022, the firm axed half its staff and announced it would no longer be attempting passenger travel. Instead, it would direct its energies entirely on freight transport. Yes, you heard that right. The leader in Hyperloop technology is no longer focusing on transporting people. They want to focus on moving goods first. So why the sudden shift away from passenger travel? Well, there are quite a few reasons. Hyperloop has long had its critics and doubters, people who said they could see these challenges coming from a mile off. Some questioned how you could ever sustain a near-perfect vacuum over hundreds of kilometres. Many said that if it was actually pulled off, it would be one of the greatest engineering achievements of all time. There's also the small problem that Hyperloop can't really turn corners, at least not with present-day technology. Currently, the tracks have to run in a straight line, and that makes for a pretty limited route. Now, one solution could be to bury the tubes underground so they could run in the straightest lines possible without having to turn around buildings or landscapes. It's a nice idea in principle, but in reality would create further challenges and add even more cost. And in a world where California's high-speed railway has stalled and the UK's HS2 has seen delay after delay, this seems unlikely, especially as Hyperloop would dwarf both in terms of scale. The commercial viability of Hyperloop has also been put into question. For safety, pods travelling at 760 miles an hour will need approximately 80 seconds between the launching of each one. This would severely restrict passenger capacity to around 1,800 people an hour, much less than what a high-speed train could handle. Passenger comfort is also a problem. Nausea is common when more than 0.2 Gs are exceeded, and Hyperloop would more than double that. Shifting to freight transportation then makes sense. Cargo won't complain of nausea, and all the kinks can be worked out without huge regulatory headaches or fear of accidents. Global logistics platform Eurosender has even said Hyperloop freight could be 8 times more cost-effective than transporting goods via air. It would also massively cut delivery times. If something took 23 hours by plane or 4 days by truck, it would take just 16 hours by Hyperloop. Virgin Hyperloop has also said that their system will be entirely carbon-free, running on 100% electric energy that could be sourced by solar panels placed above their tubes. Of course, creating Hyperloop would not just be all about the pods themselves, it would mean creating an entire new form of infrastructure completely from scratch. The impact of such a construction process would be enormous, both on the environment and in terms of costs. But what if it